Hello, hello, I'm Colleen, and in this video, I'm going over my 3 steps to ultimate file folder organization for video editors. If you're excited about this video, please hit the like button and hit subscribe for more tips on video editing, creativity, and freelance lifestyle. Let's dive in. In my humble opinion, file folder structure can be broken down into 3 S's. S number 1, simplify. Everybody's file folder structure is going to be a little bit different depending on your workflow and your preferences. But again, in my opinion, one factor that leads to disorganization pretty fast is too many folders. For example, my file folder structure on my hard drive for any project that I do can be broken down like this. Within the client folder, I have my client projects folder. And within each project folder contains 3 folders: a project folder, a materials folder, and exports folder. The project folder holds the actual project, like the Premiere project or the After Effects project. The materials folder holds a little bit of everything. It can have folders within itself for footage or for music, but everything lives within that materials folder. And then the exports folder obviously holds any exports or thumbnails, anything that's the finalized product that's gonna go out to the client. Everything I do and everything I create can be separated into one of those 3 folders. This same process applies to Premiere as well. When I go and make a project in Premiere, I create a sequences folder. That's where all my sequences live. Any nests can also live in there as well within their own bin. And then I make a materials or an assets folder, and everything else lives in there. So footage or B-roll can live in there, a graphics folder can live in there, a music folder. It's all materials. It's either what I am making the project with or what I am making the project in. Now again, this system works for me because I don't normally work on humongous projects. I work on a lot of little short form online based content. So the materials I need are pretty easy to find. I don't need a numbering system in Premiere to keep things in order. However, if that applies to you, feel free to do that as well. And it's very possible that more folders might suit your project a little bit better. But more than likely, if you find yourself creating very specific folders for each different type of project or asset that you are working with, that's probably too many, and you might start getting confused as to where things are. And you also may not be able to sustain that type of organization workflow for a long period of time. You'll end up changing the way that the folders are organized, and you may start changing what the folders are named or maybe what numbering system you have. So from my experience, the simpler, the better. The next S is slow down. This is something that I consistently have to tell myself a lot, and it's something that I very often see in younger editors. When you're first given a project, especially if it's one of many, maybe you're working on a lot of smaller projects, there is definitely a tendency to just jump right in and throw everything into Premiere without properly placing your project files in the right space and your materials in the right space, which can lead to a lot of disorganization down the line. There is a big benefit in just taking a breath, taking a moment, looking at your project, looking at all of your assets, and making sure that your materials are not just sitting on your desktop, but they are placed in an appropriate materials folder on your hard drive, preferably within the client's folder. And making sure that your project, your actual Premiere project, is being saved to its own separate folder. Not only does this habit help me with my own video editing, but it helps me in my day-to-day with everything else that I do as a self-employed video editor. It's so important to stay organized and to really reflect as I'm going along with my day on what I'm doing, making sure that things are in the right place, making sure I'm doing the right thing at the right time. So taking a step back and making sure that you are properly organized will greatly help with your workflow. And the next S is staying consistent. Keeping an organized file structure both in Premiere and on your hard drive is so important, but it is very easily overlooked. So the very hardest part about getting your file system down pat is creating a strong habit of implementing these tips on a consistent and constant basis. So if you're a short form editor like me, this is great news because you're more than likely always creating smaller projects that you can constantly practice the habit of file structure and organization with. After a while, it will become second nature to you, and you'll be able to look back even years ago and still be able to find what you need very easily. Hey, since you made it this far, please hit the like button below and hit subscribe for more tips on creativity, video editing, and freelance lifestyle. Check out these videos next on more important skills to start implementing if you want to continue your journey as a video editor. Thank you to my team. Again, I'm Colleen, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.